welcome to Otaku Saga. I'm Zero.
I'm DK.
And I'm Rizzo, and today on Anime Reaction, we watched the 7th episode of New Game. And I found my new favorite girl. If you want to check out our reaction to the 7th episode of New Game, hit that link in the description below.
And be sure to give us feedback in the comment section because we'd love hearing from you.
And as always, if you like what you see, subscribe to Otaku Saga. And don't forget to like and share our videos.
And
thanks for watching.
So in the first part of the episode, a new character, Umiko.
Umiko.
Hagen. Hagen.
No, Umiko, because I don't want to die. Granted, there are many worse ways to go out.
Anyway, she comes over to Alba's desk while Alba is working on the character that she created last episode, and tells her that over in the programming department, which is where Umiko works, they're having problems because all the characters that Alba sends over are all bugged.
Kind of a problem.
Kind of a problem. It slows down their work because she hasn't been fixing the bugs before sending them over.
Yeah, she's just worried about the cosmetics.
And Alba didn't know about that because nobody fucking told her about that.
It's just ignorance for the audience's sake. She has to be Miss Exposition, unfortunately. So,
But that does happen.
That does happen.
I mean,
A lot.
Yeah. To be fair, what's her name?
Ko?
Yeah, Ko didn't train her on it, so she didn't know. So it's not her fault. It's Ko's.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's Ko, but also, like I said, she has to be Miss Exposition, so you got to explain to the audience that, hey, you have to keep an eye out for bugs while you're programming, you're making these models. Otherwise, this happens.
And in fact, the program that she was working on literally just has a window that opens up that tells you about the bugs that are forming.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
But I guess
cool.
she had it so small in the corner of her screen that she completely
or she didn't know what it was. Because sometimes those windows use a particular language that you're not necessarily looking out for if you don't know about it.
That's why I'm saying she's playing Miss Exposition when it comes to that, because otherwise, why the hell would they hire her at a game company? They require that you have to know the language they use for modeling.
It's not necessarily that she doesn't know like C++ or something or whatever, but that it looked like it was using like standard Japanese to tell her about the problem. But it could be the way that it's wording things.
it could be like
there's a lot of times where like even in like the editing program that we use, it's calling something one thing, which may be correct in the
programming world.
In the programming world or even in the editing world, but unless you know about it, you're not necessarily going to know what it's talking about, because like for instance, putting the anime in the corner of the video is track motioning. We literally, when we got the program, we literally had to keep pressing buttons to figure out what was going on to find
what we needed.
Yeah.
So now I know it's called track motioning, but before I didn't know that. Which is why it's better to start with something like Sony Vegas, which is what we use, rather than Premiere, which is significantly harder to start out on.
Yeah, so I heard, but
anyway, it's using specific terminology that you may not understand at that current moment. And also, remember back in the first episode, commenters let us know that in Japanese companies, you're not necessarily expected to know everything when you get hired.
Ah, okay.
Whereas, American companies,
you have to know everything.
So,
but okay.
Anyway, so Alba starts, or Umiko gives Alba a list of all the bugs and everything and all of her characters that she sent over. So Alba is able to fix it.
And then, what was it, Ko?
when Alba is asking for Umiko's name, and Umiko is trying not to say her last name.
Here comes Ko.
Go. Oh, hey, Hagen-san.
Hogginson?
Oh, hey!
Hagen.
Ahagon.
Hagon.
Ahagon.
Hagon.
Oh, hey, Ahagon.
Boom! Boom, 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 boom! Straight up gangsta.
So it's revealed that Umiko is from Okinawa. She's also a Gunji otaku.
And how?
Very, very much into airsoft.
I got it.
And her most prized possession is
A
a spent shotgun shell that she got from an American Marine, probably.
Probably not a most prized, but at least a very treasured prize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of her most prized possessions. You can still smell the gunpowder. She's the type of person who would take vacations to America just to go to gun ranges.
Gun ranges or gun shows or something. Yeah.
But then the second part of the episode was when the company was doing their yearly checkups, their physicals.
A lot of fan service in this episode because of that. Oh my god. I don't remember seeing that much underboob in an anime in a while.
I'm surprised it didn't do chest sizes, but at the same time, not really.
Yeah, actually, I'm a little surprised.
Maybe they have
I do kind of like that they forewent that obvious choice for the more comedic choice of having the characters freak out about their waist sizes.
Freak out about Umiko's abs. A little bit more subtle. I guess a little more classy, if you will, if that's possible.
Right.
Also, the poor nurses.
Oh.
The brand new, probably intern nurse.
Yeah, doing
her first patient is Ko, who I assume probably has problems with needles anyway. But she decides to look at the needle while her blood's being drawn. I fucking love looking at the needle when my blood's being drawn. I think it's absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, same here actually. I'm like they all tell me look away, but I'm like
yeah, they're like look
ahead.
away, and I look directly at it as they stab into my skin.
I actually used to be that way until a medic in the Navy fucked up, like severely fucked up drawing my blood.
Damn.
And to the point where he decided that he was going to use the back of my hand as the target.
Actually, that's kind of happened to me before. Because
after that, I do have like a PTSD of needles.
Yeah, I mean, nurses usually have a hard problem sticking me through my wrist because my arms are pretty fat, so a lot of times I have to go through the back of my hand. And I can sort of relate with Ko because it is kind of tiring. After a while, it's like, oh god, just get this over with.
Yeah, I don't have that problem, like ever.
Lucky.
Like I can see my veins, like just looking right now. Like you don't even have to do the little slap thing. Now they're like super visible, but before, like I could see exactly where it's running. So usually nurses are like, "Oh my god, your veins are amazing." like seriously.
See, that's a nurse statement right there.
Right. The only time I've ever had somebody mess up on it was I was trying to give platelets, and don't
they look for different veins for that?
Yeah, I think so, something like that. But yeah, the nurse ended up like missing, and with that particular machine, that's the only vein that they can go in on.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up not giving platelets; I just gave whole blood. Which, by the way, is totally more awesome than just giving the vials, because then you're able to look over at the blood bag, which is on this it's on this machine which tilts it back and forth while your blood's being drawn. But to watch a whole like pint of blood go, I was sitting there watching it the whole time, like, this is kind of cool.
Gruesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bloody.
Control.
But I always
brutality.
like the vials because. Like a few times I've had to give multiple vials, like 4 of them or whatever. And with those needles, you just they'll pull the vial off and then just pop a new one on, so they don't have to stick you again. But it's always amusing just to watch them pop the vial on and then suddenly splurt of blood.
And then it just fills up from the bottom.
Yeah.
It's actually really cool.
I don't know why, I'm just fascinated by it.
By just the various functions of the human body.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really amazing thing.
But
before we get
before we keep going down that line of thought. So her second patient is Alva, and she is freaking out.
Because of the way she handled Ko, she's, girl.
And then
Alba attempts to calm her down. They successfully get through everything, but she's
reasonably calm. And then the other two are like, "Oh God, I hope I get the old
Give me the old nurse. Give me the old nurse."
And then the old nurse goes on break.
Goes to lunch.
Oh
man.
Yeah. And then the nervous nurse calls Umiko up, and there had been a rumor before that during a physical, Umiko had just grabbed the needle and stuck herself.
Because, impatient.
Yeah. And then, so the nurse is all freaking out again, and Umiko's like, just give it to me, I'll do it myself.
God, you're slow.
Oh man, the rumors were true.
Right? But yeah, so they get through that, and then it's just kind of
pretty much it, yeah.
I thought it was amusing that the hire manager, right?
The director
woman with the glasses.
Yeah.
And she was all up on Umiko.
And then she said the wrong thing. Wanna die?
Hey, let me lay on your lap.
It's revealed at the end of the episode that they're about to hire some part-timers for over the summer so that they can help out with the debugging, because the company's falling behind on the project. So,
well, that's hiring outside help for things like debugging.
Yeah,
it's pretty
standard
typical.
practice.
Yeah, that's not.
But I made a bit of a speculation in the preview because of all that. I think we're going to see more of Nenechi in the next episode.
Yeah, Alba's
friend. She talks on the phone with a lot and went to a movie with once.
Yep.
At the way she's going, I'm thinking that when she finishes up with college, I think she's in, or in high school. Oh, no, she's a class behind Alba, so she's in high school, huh? I think she's going to come and join Eagle Jump eventually.
Probably. That's probably the way that it's going. But anyway, so let us know what you thought of the anime, what you thought of our reaction in the comment section below.
Yep, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Anime Reaction. As always, I'm DK.
I'm Zero.
And I'm Rizzo.
See you next time.